Abby, I'm from Bream Bay College, and today I'm going to find out what it's like to be a resource teacher in learning and behaviour.
So today, Abby will be venturing to the far north and teaming up with resource teacher Kerrie Lomas.
Hi, you must be Abby.
Oh, yep.
I hear you're interested in what a resource teacher learning and behaviour does. That's an RTLB.
Yeah, I am. So what do you do as an RTLB?
RTLBs are a support resource for teachers and hold a special position in the education sector, working with students who, for a variety of reasons, are not reaching their learning potential. RTLBs provide itinerant specialist support for learning or behavioural problems, which can range from individual students to groups of children and even entire schools.
So what will we be doing today?
Today we're doing an initial observation. There's been a referral from one of the small schools, and we're going up to Waiotira School to observe in the classroom. The RTLB role is essentially about improving outcomes for students who have need, whether the need be behavioural or learning. In this classroom we have a couple of kids who've been referred because their learning levels aren't quite where they should be. So today what we're doing is having a look at the interactions in the classroom.
And by observing those interactions, RTLBs can identify the specific needs of individual students that may explain why they're struggling, and from there, work with the teacher to develop new teaching and learning strategies.
Hi, Connor.
Hello.
Connor, this is Abby. Abby's come to help you with your work today. You're already finished, nearly finished. Good boy.
So you don't just work with them individually?
No, sometimes we do some work with them individually, but at the end of the day, the RTLB is a resource for more than one school. So when we drive away, we have to make sure that the teacher has some things in place that they can do.
Though interaction with students is common, the RTLB's aim is to empower the teachers to help them help the students. This is a carefully structured process that takes time.
So what we've just done is the first observation in a referral for learning.
Okay.
But it's going to take a few months' work to actually work with these students before we see an improvement.
And at One Tree Point School, that time has passed, and the results are impressive. Here, Kerrie has been working with teacher John Kramer, whose class became disruptive when a period finished.
During the observations in John's class, one of the things that was obvious is the fact that John was using his voice a lot to direct children, and with this particular class, sometimes the noise levels would go up rather than drop, and it was taking longer for the children to finish work and come down to the mat. John came to the Incredible Years Teacher program and was involved in a session that was about non-verbal cues.
John implemented some new strategies using musical cues to initiate specific activities like packing up. And after several months of trying them out, it's time to see if they're working.
So what we're doing today with the observations, we have to be fairly unobtrusive in the classroom.
Okay.
It's really important that the RTLB doesn't become the important person in that classroom, because the RTLB isn't there all the time.
Ongoing assessments are a huge part of the RTLB's role, and the data gathered is analysed to ensure they give teachers the best possible support.
So how did you find the observation?
I found it quite interesting. I thought the strategies that had been put in place worked quite well. There was still the odd child that was like wandering around, but overall I thought it was quite good.
Mm-hmm.
Another way to gauge if your interventions are working is to talk to the teachers themselves, and that's where effective communication comes into play.
Welcome, Abby.
Hello. I've just got a few questions here to ask you. I noticed you chose the music. What impact do you feel this has had on your class?
It's really important that the RTLB is able to build good relationships with teachers. They're going to be working with the teacher. It's no good actually being seen as a person who's going to be in there to critique the teacher or to criticise what the teacher's doing. You have to be seen as a person who's going in there to support the teacher.
Where do you want to go from here? What do you plan on doing next?
I'm doing an Incredible Years behaviour management course that Kerrie's running, and we're looking at the moment at rewards and incentives, and one thing I do need to do is just refine the incentives that I have in place, just to double check that they really are working.
Cool, it sounds like it's going well.
It is, it is. Thank you. Catch you later.
See ya.
Maybe you did that really well.
Oh, thank you.
The questions that you asked were appropriate, and you know it's obvious that John's doing really well at the moment.
RTLB teachers work in both primary and secondary schools, Abby and Kerrie now visit Bream Bay College, where Kerrie's training the Year 13 students to help the Year 9 students with their remedial reading. It's called the Reciprocal Peer Tutor Program, which Kerrie developed.
The program itself is designed to increase social interaction with the students and also to raise reading comprehension.
Is there any words in the story that you guys don't know the meanings of? Yeah, what is that? Look up the dictionary.
You're doing really well. This group's doing really well. Do you two want to look it up in that dictionary?
The time spent on a case can vary depending on the situation. Last year, Ruakaka School experienced some school-wide behavioural difficulties and they sought Kerrie's assistance. After 18 months of working with the school, have her interventions made a difference?
We've had significant changes with behaviour in the sense that the reason why we got onto the program with Kerrie was because we actually had quite a few extreme behaviours, and a lot of the staff found it very difficult to cope with or deal with. So we identified quite quickly that we actually needed some support and some school-wide programs and systems in place that supported these children that needed some more help.
I really love the variety. I love mixing with all of the different people that I see. The bonuses when a 5-year-old comes up and says, I know you, you're the lady that helped me not crawl under the table, you know, or the teacher who says, that was something really basic that I needed to do and I did it and it really worked. Look at my class now. You're always looking to be helping somebody, and when it actually comes off, everybody's happy.
And I think we're a long way down the track, and that has made a huge difference to our whole school culture, and it's been fantastic. And we're really excited about where to from here.
And after a day of seeing what differences can be made, does Abby believe she's got what it takes to be an effective RTLB?
I've really enjoyed my time being a resource teacher today. I enjoyed meeting new people and I liked how I was able to make a difference in students' lives, and it's something I can see myself doing in the future.
To become an RTLB, you'll first need to train as a primary or secondary school teacher. After a minimum of 5 years' experience and becoming fully registered, you'll then need to complete a postgraduate qualification in learning and behaviour before applying for a position as a resource teacher.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.